into. I need you to narrow down. Narrow down. So segmenting. Write this down. Write this down. Segmenting. I want you to break your ideal client. That's what IC stands for. Break your IC down into percentages. Break your ideal client down into percentages. So somebody says, I want to work with mothers. Good. I need you to segment that. I want to work with young mothers. Good. I want you to segment that. I want to work with young mothers in the African American population. Good. I need you to segment that. I want to work with young mothers who are African American in the Eastern Seaboard, tri-state area. Good. Let's segment that. Let's break that down some more. I want to work with young mothers who are African American in the Eastern Seaboard in the tri-state area who are in a state of poverty. Okay, good. Let's break that down even more. I want to work with young mothers who are African American in the tri-state area who have an impoverished background who are starting college for the first time. Boom! You just found a blue ocean. You just found a blue ocean. If you just went for mothers, you'd have got your head knocked off. You'd have got done filthy. All your money, you'd have burnt it up. You'd have ran on the treadmill till you ain't have no more run in you. But now that you segmented down to young mothers who are African American in the tri-state area, who come from an impoverished background, who are starting college for the first time, now you have. Do you understand? Does this make sense? Put it in the chat if this makes sense. Just type the word sense if this makes sense. Just tell me it makes sense. Just type the word sense. I need you to understand who your ideal client is, and then I need you to segment that down and down and down and down until you speak to one person in one place at one time. Because when you do that, you get a blue ocean. You get a client that nobody else is servicing. Everybody's servicing women. A lot of people are servicing mothers. A lot of people are servicing African American mothers. But when you get more detailed, you find your blue ocean. You find that ideal client that nobody else is looking at. They have needs too. They have money too. And they need value too. And when nobody else comes to their door and you're the one who thinks about them, they will love you for it. So targeting. Now that we've got the segments down, who are we aiming for, and then how? How are you going to get to those African American young mothers in the tri-state area who are entering college for the first time? How are you going to get to them? What are you going to do? What are your tactics? What are your strategies? Are you going to print flyers and leave them in the college dorms? Are you going to buy some radio time? Are you going to do some podcasts that you know the young millennials listen to in college for the first time? You see how this stuff gets easier and easier? What Facebook groups are you going to get into for young mothers entering college for the first time in the tri-state area? What is your positioning going to be? How are you going to position? What is your position, your poise, and your platform? Since they're in college, chances are they're on LinkedIn or they're going to learn about LinkedIn their very first class. What is your position on LinkedIn? Can somebody Google first-time college and your name pops up, your face pops up as the strategist for young mothers who are African American in the tri-state area, who are coming from an impoverished background and entering college for the first time? This stuff works for every single client population. That's why businesses want data, 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 data. Data is a $1 trillion driven industry and growing. Everybody wants information. They are buying information by the boatload. Is this helpful? This slide here? Does this give you a little bit of insight? into what segmentation means, what targeting means, and what positioning means? If you think this is helpful, type help in the chat, because this changed my life and my bank account. When I understood this, when I went to college and I understood this, I said, oh, wow, that's powerful. That's real powerful. And then I went to certain websites where that was all they did, was just get into the data and study everything and analyze everything and predict everything and put numbers to everything and everybody. I said, oh my God. I said, there's billions of dollars here. When you narrow down, you can build up. When you narrow down, you can build up.